Well, with today's speedrun of Contra, the Japanese version, I don't think that no soul debate even applies. Because in this game, enemies just keep respawning infinitely. There's no way to clear them all out, and you don't have to rescue any hostages. You just need to sprint forward as fast as possible and beat the stage. Today's video comes from the gaming platform, and it's actually the current fastest speedrun record on there, 9 minutes, 12.744 seconds. The runner is Bat Prince, Bienfu Gongzi, and he pulled off this insane run in January this year. I don't know if anyone will ever beat it in the future, but honestly, I think it's gonna be tough. This really is another run that is incredibly close to the absolute limit of human capability. This classic game has been studied inside out by countless players worldwide, with all kinds of strategies and routes pushed to the absolute max. Alright, let's look at the Stage 1 boss. This is the optimal strategy, perfected through countless hours of practice. Stage 2 begins. You can clearly tell he's using autofire here. Yeah, this has got to be autofire. But honestly, in this game, I don't think using autofire makes a massive difference compared to manual tapping. Plus, looking at it from back in the day, those clone Famicom consoles we played on actually came with built-in turbo buttons anyway. So, I think using autofire is totally justifiable. Though, from my personal perspective, I don't know if keeping autofire on is necessarily a good habit, guys. Wow, this is seriously fast. See, because this is an early retro game, if you leave autofire on and there's too much happening on screen, it can cause frame drops and slowdowns, which might actually hurt your final time. Lately, my nostalgia has been hitting me harder and harder, and I've been really missing these old school games. Like I told you guys before, the very first Famicom game I ever encountered was back in the summer of 1989. That was the first time I saw the red and white console, and the very first game I saw was Contra. At the time, I just thought it was the most amazing thing ever. That's why I have such a deep emotional attachment to the first Contra. Let's see how he handles the second claw. Looks like he's not even bothering with it, just going straight for the head. We're at 3 minutes and 2 seconds, and stage 3 is cleared. I'm sure the vast majority of you guys watching have beaten this game before. None of the games in the Big Four ever disappointed. Whether you're talking about gameplay or the soundtrack, they were all incredible. Do you guys still remember what the Big Four were? It was Contra, Jackal, Life Force, Salamander, and Green Beret, Russian Attack, and all 4 were Konami games. So, calling these 4 games classics doesn't even do justice to their status in the gaming industry. This is the collective youth, childhood, and happy memories of countless people. Every winter and summer break, you just had to sit down and give these games a serious playthrough. I think back then, everyone built up their skills slowly like that. It went from needing the cheat code to beat it, you know, up, down, left, right, B, A, B, for 30 lives, to later on being able to clear it without the code using just the standard 3 lives, and finally, managing a 1 life clear. My childhood experience was pretty much like that. I first saw the game around 1st or 2nd grade, and I was so excited when I learned about the 30 lives cheat code. Later on, I could gradually beat it with those 30 lives. Then, I could beat it without the code. Finally, during the summer break of 5th grade, I managed to clear it with just the standard 3 lives. But this game is ultimately about muscle memory and memorization. If you don't play it for a long time, you'll most likely forget the patterns. So, even though I could actually beat it back in '94 when I was in 5th grade, now that I'm 40, I can't clear it anymore. And the reason is simply that it's been too long and I forgot the patterns. Now we're on stage 5. This is incredible, his positioning is so precise. Stage 5 is actually pretty brutal. If you haven't memorized the layout and aren't used to it, playing stage 5 for the first time is heavily challenging. Because you constantly run into these turrets, enemies riding on cannons, just like this one, where you need insane reaction times, and on top of that, foot soldiers will sneak up to ambush you from behind when you least expect it. As everyone knows, the original Contra isn't a game where you can just clear the screen. Enemies spawn infinitely, so there's no such thing as a kill everything playstyle. And if you talk about score farming, that's pretty poi. And if you talk about score farming, that's pretty pointless too, because enemies keep coming forever and there's no time limit, so score farming doesn't really exist here. Stage 6. The enemies in Stage 6 aren't particularly difficult, but there are tons of different traps and hazards. Of course, as this classic game has evolved over the years, countless high difficulty hacked versions have popped up. The difficulty of the original game is no longer much of a challenge for the top tier experts, they can clear it easily. I'm sure the guys watching this video today could all beat this old game back in the day. But a player like Bat Prince in this video, clearing it in just 9 minutes and some seconds, has truly pushed this game to its absolute limit. "7 minutes and 15 seconds, Stage 6 is done. The hazards in Stage 7 take the difficulty up yet another notch. Wow, this memorization is just too clean. Impressive, truly impressive." In the comments section of my videos over the last few days, I saw some people saying they wanted to just watch the game quietly and didn't want to hear my voice. But honestly, I can't really change that, because this is just my style. I love watching old games and chatting with everyone about my memories and feelings for them. So, if you really don't want to listen to it, there's not much I can do. Your only options are to swipe away from my video, or just mute it. 2 turrets in a row here. You have to know the layout perfectly. As soon as you go up, there's another one, yep, there's another one. Alright, the boss fight is starting. This stage boss is incredibly simple, you just fire directly at its weak spot and you can clear it instantly. Stage 8. Stage 8 is definitely the hardest level in the game. There aren't too many traps, but the enemies are incredibly aggressive. Before this point, the game mostly followed the laws of gravity. But this stage introduces flying enemies for the first time, which is so annoying and really tough to deal with. Right now, our runner Bat Prince is still making massive strides forward. Alright, we are almost at the very end of the stage. Okay, 9 minutes, 12.744 seconds. This is the fastest time I can find in the country right now. I've kept the ending cutscene in the video for you all. Back in the day, most of us played the US version, which was cut down, so it didn't have the ending cinematics. So, I wanted to include this ending scene to make up for that childhood regret for anyone who missed out on it. And that wraps up today's video on the fastest speedrun of the original Contra. Thanks for watching and for all your support. I'll see you guys in the next video.